Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing amazing today. As always, these messages are timeless and will be received in divine timing for those who need to hear them, and hopefully those who need to hear them receive them. That being said, let's get into it. Today's message is very important. I need you to bear with me because it might come out a little fragmented. It was something that I received last night as a download during my dream state, but it's very important that the divine wanted me to get this message out because it's imperative that those who need to hear it. So I'm going to mention off some names and dates throughout the recording. So if those names or dates resonate with you, this message is definitely for you. It is for a large group of people. Today's message is for not only people who are earth angels. Okay, some of you don't realize that you're earth angels or that you have a mission. You're not aware of your mission yet. There's also a group of individuals that will tie into this reading. Some of you are cross watchers. Okay, and the divine wants all this information revealed today, and I'm going to reveal it. So for not only the earth angels, the cross watchers, and everyone else in between. Okay. Okay, so this is going to talk. We're going to speak about energetic vampires today. Okay, the divine wants you to know why you've been feeling tired. Especially this is specifically for those who are earth angels, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, this is due to a group of energetic vampires that are currently working on the planet to siphon off of your energy. Okay, they're working in this dimension to siphon off the energy of earth angels. So the divine wants the earth angels to know what you need to do to protect yourself. If you've been feeling, majorly drained lately, exhausted, not able to move forward, not able to think, you're in a state of brain fog, okay? You need to start grounding yourself, okay? If you don't know how, please check out. There's so many, courses online. Many of them are free. Learn about meditation, grounding yourself, prayer, whatever works for you, and whatever deities you resonate with. Work with them. They also want you to wear some type of a talisman, okay? Meaning it could be a necklace, a ring. There's Saint Benedict rings. There's all kinds of natural stones that you can wear. It's all a matter of preference, but they all have protective properties. Crystal stones, Saint Benedict rings. Um, there's also things that are provided from the Santeria religion that they have certain blessed jewelry that can be worn for protection. The same thing goes for uh, all the other, Caribbean religions, okay, that have all these protective talismans and jewelry that you can wear to protect yourself, as well as those in the Christian faith, Catholic faith. You have your Saint Benedict, like I mentioned previously, your Saint Benedict ring. You can wear a cross if you're Christian. It doesn't matter. Whatever you resonate with, wear a talisman. If you're feeling drained right now, whoever I'm speaking to, this is part of the process. Okay, this is what's happening. You are being drained by a group of energetic vampires. Okay, that are using the energy of people, specifically earth angels. This is what the message was specifically for in the beginning. Was the earth angels are being siphoned. Okay, and so this is what they're asking you to do. Now, again, you have a choice to follow through with this. You don't. It's your, it's your free will. You do what you like. Okay. Now, like I said, bear with me because the rest of this is all going to tie in. Okay. In the rest of the download last night, I was shown images of a group of individuals. Okay, and this is kind of tying into yesterday's reading. Okay, this group of individuals pretends to be holy, whether it's a church-like setting, Christianity, cult like setting. And these groups of individuals have large homes, okay, where they gather children, okay, either as foster children or they adopt them, and they're siphoning off the energy of these children unknowingly. Even those that are surrounding them unknowingly, like the patrons of their so-called church, okay, their church members, cult members. This is basically a cult, and it's run by a group of individuals. Okay. Now, some of you might be living near these individuals, okay, and you've been receiving downloads and intuitive downloads, okay, trying to tip you off, okay. You've been feeling something is not right about this situation, and I'm going to mention the states that these locations are possibly at, okay. So if you hear one of the states and it happens to resonate, this is again is definitely for you. Okay. Now my advice to you is if you've been sensing that you've seen a home or live near a large home that has many children living in it, that's basically run by people who hold a high standing in the community because they pawn themselves off as being religious. Be very careful. Okay. Be very, very careful. Your intuition is speaking to you. Okay. And I don't want to send anyone out. I don't want to scare anyone. I don't want to make anyone make a mistake. I'm just asking you to be aware of the feeling that you're getting might be correct. What I would do is I would further investigate it, but be sure before you investigate and who you speak to. I would not suggest going to local authorities of any kind because these people, okay, wherever they are highly connected. Okay, they're very influential. They have a lot of money. Okay, they're involved in situations with the entertainment industry. Okay, it's very, very connected. They have judges, they have lawyers, they have, and not to say that all judges and lawyers are crooked. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are individuals out there on the take. It does exist, just like these energy vampires exist, and they're all part of this. So this is why they wind up in smaller communities where they can gain this type of power and they can gain the influence of the judges and the attorneys and the whatnot, and then also their money and influence helps them to get, even further indoctrinated with these people. Okay, this is why they're very, very dangerous. So if you've been thinking or feeling that something is off by something you've seen somewhere in your neighborhood or in your town or even in your city, your gut feeling might be correct. So you might want to, try to seek out the proper authorities. But again, do not do it locally. I would do it more at a federal or state level. Maybe your best bet is to call up the ACLU and have them advise you. That's the best way to go. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't advise you on that. But what I want you to do is be very careful. If you've been receiving a download that something is not correct about this home that's being run by a religious organization of some type or people who claim to be religious, they're not. They're actually using these children. These are actually energetic vampires that are using these children, siphoning their energy so they can, continue on their nefarious path with what they're doing, which is the acquisition of more funds, property, world domination. This is what they have in their mind. Okay, this is what's going on in their mind. And all this might sound freaking nuts to you, and I get it. I can totally understand. You're probably wondering where this is all coming from. Again, this was received last night during my dream state. It was very, very clear, very specific. They even showed me the interior of the homes where these are taking place. These are very large homes that also have secretive rooms in the basement, secret passages. And I know this sounds nuts, and I apologize for it being fragmented, but there's just so much that has to come out. And this involves anyone who I'm possibly speaking to today, and that includes the cross watchers that watch this channel. You know who you are. You're involved with this, and the divine wants these things exposed because people are getting tired of the nonsense. Basically, bottom line, they're done with it. Okay. So the best bet for everyone involved is to check your situation before making any decisions. Don't do things erratically. Uh, Seek the professional assistance if applicable. Don't just go out, and be very wary about who you communicate this information to because these people, again, are very dangerous. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give off a list of names and dates that might or might not resonate. Okay. But again, if these names, dates, or places resonate, you'll know this message was for you to be received. Okay. So just give me a sec. Let me get my glasses on. Okay. Starting off with dates, we have February, October, January. I have the signs of Leo, Pisces, Aries. Names: Fernando, Mark, Amanda, Charlie, Ray, Albert, Sandra, Peter, Susan, Jamie, Cindy, Scott, Kyle, Carl, Monique, Xander, Jamal. Locations: California, Florida, Nevada, Guam, and North Carolina. Okay? If any of these resonate, if you live in these locations and you happen to live near one of these homes that I described, and you've been getting a feeling, a download that something is not right, most likely you're correct. If you are living in these areas and you're feeling excessively drained, and you don't have to be specifically an earth angel, okay, knowingly or unknowingly to be experiencing this, they're siphoning not only off of these children, but off of the general populace, but specifically from earth angels because they have a higher vibrational frequency. And this is what they're trying to, gain power off of. So it's very important to protect yourself, to be aware, to ground yourself through meditation, through prayer, whatever works for you, whatever deity you resonate with that's on a positive spin. Okay, and again, this is just information. Okay, I'm not here to make you do anything. I'm just here to pass along the information for those who need to hear it. And hopefully, those who need to hear it receive it because this is very important and there are people at stake who are currently either in bondage in some way, whether they're participating with this organization or not. So you need to hear it. So if you're part of this organization, this is for you. Okay, to be aware of what's going on. You might not be aware of what's going on. You might be aware of what's going on. Regardless of the situation, this is for you to know. This is also for those individuals who live in those areas of states that I mentioned, or they are familiar with the names that I mentioned. This is for you. So you know where the energetic siphoning is coming from, okay, and who's involved in doing it. These names might also be one of your names, okay, to further, validate that this message is for you. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. I hope this helps somebody. And again, I apologize for the fragmented delivery. I know there was a lot to get out, but it's very important that it does get out because there are lives at stake. Okay, and what these energetic vampires will eventually do is they will suck the life force out of you until there's nothing left. And then energetically, when you can become incapacitated physically, mentally, emotionally until there's nothing left. And they will do it. It does exist. As crazy as it sounds, it does exist. It is out there. Believe me, I'm attacked on a daily basis, but I'm able to protect myself. Okay, I know how to do it through grounding, through meditation, through prayer, through my crystal jewelry that I wear, my Saint Benedict ring. I'm highly protected. I mean, aside from all those things, I'm highly protected for the work that I do. Okay, so I'm just trying to assist those who might need a little boost to help them get on their way, or to help enlighten you in some way if you're not aware of why you've been feeling so exhausted, and you live in these general areas. This is what's going on. All right. So again, I hope this helps. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.